Hey guys, it's Denise of Lazy K Homestead. Well, before I start this video for the Christmas Goodies Day 6, I wanted to thank all of my subscribers and my viewers, all my new subscribers, and all the wonderful comments I've gotten for these cookies and candies that we've been making. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And even after Christmas, there's going to be a lot more content. We have a greenhouse, we have a 6-acre farm, and we try to homestead and grow everything that we possibly can. And hopefully there'll be some new things happening on the homestead this year. So I hope you stay with us even after Christmas. And thank you so much. Hey everybody, it's Denise with Lazy K Homestead. Well, it's day 6 of the countdown to Christmas, and I'm making a molasses soft cookie today. This is also a recipe that was Willis's grandmother's, and she made it most of her adult life, and his mother did too. So I'm really honored to be able to make these cookies. It's also Willis's daughter Ashley's favorite cookie, so we just love making it because it is a family tradition. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tripod down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's a real easy cookie. You just put it together, stick it in the fridge, and let it harden, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here we go with putting it together. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first what we want to do is we want to measure 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour into the sifter, and also put your spices in there so it's all nicely incorporated. So my spices are nutmeg, cinnamon, cardamom, and ginger. So I'm just going to pour all that in there. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put my 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and sift this through. Now, if you guys just have like a little mesh colander or something, you can go ahead and sift it through with that too. As short as I am, I should be able to get myself in this video, but I'll just bend over. I'm only 5 foot. You'd think I'd be able to get in there. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and sift this, and we'll set this flour mixture aside. All right. Done with that. I'll put it back here. Now what we're going to do is go to the mixer, and we want to have 1 1/2 sticks of butter. We'll go ahead and cut one of these in half. This is room temperature butter. You can use margarine too if you want to. We just prefer butter. We just think it's better for you, but of course, you know, that's our opinion. And we've been eating butter for the better part of 20 years between us. So it's really gotten expensive. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't wait until I get my goats next year so I can start making butter. And hopefully I will get my milk cow. So I'm excited about that. Okay, that's 1 1/2 sticks of butter. I'm going to go ahead and put 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. I'm going to put my mixer up here because it might want to fall off for some reason. Okay, 1 1/2 cup packed brown sugar. You can use light or dark. This cookie is a nice molasses colored cookie, so it won't matter. And also 1/4 cup of white sugar. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And let me grab my paddle attachment. I've been calling it a paddle bit. Oh, another technical difficulty. I didn't have it plugged in. All right, there we go. Sorry, guys. All right, we're just going to go ahead and cream this till it's nicely creamed. You might have to scrape down the side of your bowl, as usual. You know, I said before, I love my KitchenAid. I really do. But before this, I had my grandmother's old KitchenAid, and it had the bowls that were kind of short and squatty. I didn't really ever have to scrape down the sides like I do with this. Probably if I get one of those, I think there's like a scraper attachment you can get for this paddle attachment. I guess I need to invest in those kind of things. But right now, it's not going to bother me to scrape down the sides. Okay, so now what we're going to do is add 1 large egg. And look at that hen egg today. Oh boy, I got that this morning. So excited about that. I always crack into a little dish just to have it. And there's our egg. Want to go ahead and mix that through. Won't take but a couple seconds here. It's just nice to get all these 3 things nicely incorporated together before adding all your other things. I always feel like the eggs, the butter, and the sugar is kind of the base of any really good cookie dough. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go ahead and put in our molasses. Oh, I wanted to show you this. The other video I showed you, Muddy Pond. That's Muddy Pond Sorghum Mill. That's in Muddy Pond, Tennessee, just about 10 minutes from our house. And they make this homemade with mules. The mules go around in the grinder where they put the sugar cane, and they make this every year. And I don't know how many years they've made it, but I know it's been many, many years. I'd say way over 50. And if you ever get to Tennessee and into Middle Tennessee, look up Muddy Pond, Tennessee. They have a wonderful Mennonite community down there, and they have all sorts of things, even a restaurant. And it's just a real joy to kind of walk back in history. So that's what their Muddy Pond sorghum molasses looks like. And here it is, nice, deep, and rich color. We have a really large Mennonite community in Crossville where I mostly go. They've got a nursery. Even though I have a greenhouse and I sell myself, I do go there. I just love seeing what people have in their nurseries. They sell seeds and produce, and they've got a little sandwich shop right next to it. I haven't been to the sandwich shop, but I understand it's really good. Also in Crossville, we have a very large flea market. And I know that the Mennonites sell things there. And we do too. So we're going to start again to sell in the spring, I hope. If things work out, I make sourdough bread and things like that. So we're going to start selling that again. It's just fun to go and meet people, you know. If Willis is home on a Saturday, then we can go. His schedule kind of fluctuates. Oh, I'm starting to have a list. Okay, so we've got that, and I need to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now you can use vanilla extract, pure vanilla, or you can use imitation. I have imitation right now. The price of vanilla has kind of gone up. I need to try to order some vanilla beans so I can make my own extract. I don't know if any of you guys have done that before, but I've done it once, and a friend of mine, Brenda, who no longer lives in Tennessee, she used to do it too. And it was really tasty, and I think it's a big difference from the imitation vanilla, but right now that's what I have on hand. So we're going to go ahead and mix all this in here. The recipe will be in the description. Okay, that's all in there. All right, so in here are my sugars, my butter, my egg, my vanilla, and molasses. Okay, so to this, what we're going to do is slowly add, let me grab a spoon out of the drawer, the flour mixture that we put together before. It's nice and fluffy. All right, let me go ahead and add that. On low, because you don't want another cloud. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, man. You can smell the molasses and those wonderful spices. I think those spices are so homey and so seasonal, I guess, if that's the right word to use. And this is a soft cookie. If you've ever made snickerdoodle cookies, it's kind of similar to that, except, of course, it's a... the reason I say similar is because it cooks, and then when it cools, it cracks. And it's just so pretty and nice and light. It's not a heavy cookie, even though you've got all those spices in there. Okay. And this is a thick dough, just a reminder. See how thick it is already? And I'll add a little bit last of this flour. Get every little bit. All right, I'll set that back there. And again, slowly mixing that last bit of flour in there. All right, now I just want to look at the recipe real fast and make sure I've got everything in there. Yep, I do. All right, I always double check on recipes. I just think it's a good thing to do, a good practice, because you never know, especially when you're talking like me and I'm making this video. It's easy to forget. I try to have everything already ready to put in the mixer or whatever I'm doing. That way, I believe that's called in the French mise en place, having everything in place. So, all right. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and scrape the rest of this beater. Willis isn't here to lick it. I know he's going to be sad. Sorry, babe. Go ahead, and my hands are clean. Go ahead and get the rest of this off of here. I'm going to cover this bowl with plastic wrap. We're going to put it in the refrigerator for about an hour to get it nice and chilled, and then we'll be back. So let's see. Here's my plastic. I never have good luck with this, as you guys probably have seen from my previous videos, but I don't give up hope. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this. All right, let me get a knife so I can cut that, because these boxes never stay together that the stuff comes in. I even pinch the sides, you know, on the very ends of these foil and plastic wrap containers. They have these little holes where you can pinch in. It's not supposed to, but look, it just breaks. So, whatever. All right, guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and be back in about an hour. Hey, everybody. Well, I am back after about an hour and a half of chilling my molasses cookie dough in the refrigerator. And we're going to go ahead and show you the next step. I preheated my oven to 350. And I'm going to roll these into balls, but let me go ahead and put my tripod down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, I have a bowl with just some white sugar in it. And what we are going to do is, here's my bowl of chilled dough that we made earlier. Go ahead and take about a spoonful out. This is a teaspoon that you would have in your drawer. Go ahead and roll these out to a nice ball. Now you can make them smaller than that. I may go ahead and pinch that off and make it a little bit smaller. I like these to be a little bit small cookies. And you just roll them in the sugar. And you place them on the cookie sheet. And I'm going to just continue to roll. Oh man, they just smell so good. Even cold, they smell delicious. And you cook these, bake them in the oven for between 10 and 12 minutes. So I usually try to check about 11. They're a dark cookie. They're going to be maybe a little bit crispy around the edges, not too much though. And you want them to be about an inch to an inch and a half apart because they do spread a little while they're baking. Boy, they smell good. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys too, with the spices, Grandma's recipe was cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger, and I added a little bit of cardamom. I just think that's really a great spice. It's very warm, just like the others. And it's not too spicy, but it just kind of lends itself to those other spices and makes things even yummier. I've been adding it to my sweet potato pie and my pumpkin muffins and just a little bit of everything. It's pretty strong, but I only add like a quarter teaspoon, so that won't be too spicy. And it's not hot or anything. It's an Indian spice. I always wanted to try it, and I just thought, I saw it at Walmart one day, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and grab that and just try it in some of these recipes that I have for the fall and winter months, because I just love that warm, yummy taste of the cinnamon and nutmeg and ginger and now cardamom. Okay, well, I am finished with, well, I've got one more to go. Rolling these out on the cookie sheet. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven. Like I said, 10 to 12 minutes. And I'll check it at 11, and then I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm back. The cookies are out of the oven, and these are the molasses soft cookies. See the crinkle? Aren't they pretty? And they have a little shimmer of the sugar that I rolled them in. It took exactly 11 minutes and made about, 36 cookies. So I'm really happy with them. I'm going to let them cool completely before I go to move them onto the cooling rack, because they are a soft cookie, and I don't want them to rip or break or anything like that. They're going in the tins for the kids and grandkids when we go up to Virginia for the week before Christmas to celebrate with all the kids up there. All right, you all have a great night. Again, thank you for watching the videos, and we'll have more tomorrow. So you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye from Lazy K Homestead.